Hello YouTube, it's hard to believe it's been a year since CampAnime, and yet I am back from 2014, and again I have brought a special guest along with me. I have brought the hot Gamzee from my Anime Boston report videos.
What's up?
And so we are here to tell you about how CampAnime this year went. And we have so much to share, and so this will probably be 3 videos, and we'll just go day by day how I do with the other big cons. Even though this isn't a big con, a lot happened because there was a lot of socializing. So Friday, yeah, we got there before pretty much anyone else, so we could help set up.
We really just got there. We were one of the first 2 people there.
Well, with my mom, so that's 3.
No, I meant kids there. Although we did see Rebecca, who came all the way from North Carolina.
Yes. Yep. So we were among the first people there. We were helped setting up. The counselors were having their ending dinner or whatever. We got there around 1 o'clock. The con starts at 3, so we were able to just kind of creep around, look at all the cabins, because we don't really go into other cabins unless someone invites you. So we just checked out all the cabins, see how they look. We made friends with Becca. What?
Unless you're invited.
Oh. Yes, you're invited. Yes, because the Homestucks mostly stayed in Roskin, and we were actually den mothers. I mean, I, of course, am an appropriate den mother. I mean, with my grubs and all, but this motherfucker.
I'm not a dead mother. I'm a dead father. What the fuck are you talking about?
I don't know who would trust you with grubs. I mean, I was born to raise grubs. I mean, look at this blood color.
Well, apparently Carbro thinks I'm a good leader for the grubs. Because he's the one who left me in charge.
No, he stayed in your cabin. Yes, Devin, our car cat, was staying in the same cabin as him, so he had some supervision. But I was supervised. I was the den mother for his stepsister and her friends, so that was, hey. But, oh, God, Friday. That was great. I came as Ice Queen, of course, but as I mentioned before in my announcement video, I had that secret costume that I'd be changing into at night, and so I'll get to that in a moment. So I came as Ice Queen and I was recognized, but dear God, it was cold that night, that first night.
I came as Gamcar. I was wearing a pair of red skinny jeans and my Gamzee shirt. I was just lazy. I've just been lazy all weekend.
Yes, but that is Gamzee at his best, is it not? So yeah, I don't remember any specific panels on Friday. I just remember a lot of socializing, seeing people from last year. It was great seeing everybody again.
What? We went ghost hunting on Friday night.
Yes, we did, but I was trying to think of before the costume contest. Because there was a costume contest every night. I was Ice Queen. My mom was a minion.
And I was House.
He was House. And we entered all 3 of us entered the costume contest.
And I am surprised because I had to go get changed. I'm surprised I did not hear anything about if I got an honorable mention or not.
Honestly, I didn't hear about any prizes on Friday. I don't think they made any prizes. If there were any winners, somebody let me know because I didn't hear. But yeah, after the costume contest, dear God, it was cold. And my Ice Queen costume was actually sewed funny. My sleeves were a little too far back, so I was basically kind of holding my arms like that. So then after the costume contest, I left, and I changed into my warmer costume, which was Tiki Toby. A few people came to me who had seen my video and told me that they figured out who my costume was, so to those. Yes, it was Tiki Toby, the creepypasta character, and that went over so well.
It did. Is my sweatshirt in here, or is it in your room?
Might be in my room.
Good both. My
okay, well.
I am cold.
Yes, it is cold in here. Well, I'm wearing long sleeves.
Freaking Ice Queen, man. Found it.
Good.
Dude, talk about Ice Queen. Just take the cold.
There is another. He's a special. I guess you could call him a special guest, but he's there every year because he was there last year. Matt, I don't know his last name, which is confusing because we were socializing with 3 different Matts.
Fudge. I forgot to go ahead and get his contact info. And I told
I'm
him I
sure
was
it's on the
going
website. We'll check the website and we'll include a link to the website in the description down below. But he's the ghost hunter. He's there every year, I believe. I talked to him at Combust, and so
The guy was freaking amazing. I loved him.
For those of you unfamiliar with the campgrounds, it's on a lake, and there's a trail that goes along the lake. And at one point along the trail, there's what's called the chapel. It's a stone altar with many stone or wooden benches, and supposedly there's a local legend that a man was stabbed there.
Yeah, and then a couple feet behind there in the lake, a little boy drowned.
Yes, and if you go there around midnight or later, early in the morning, supposedly you could see red eyes, blue eyes,
yellow eyes, figures in the background, and just like EMF spikes everywhere.
And
like,
so
there were like what, 2 EMF spikes?
Yes. So we went there with Matt and 2 others at around 1 in the morning, and we did an investigation. We did get results. Like
it was like midnight because the rave was still going on. Like after the rave, I had gone over into Pop's lodge.
We'll get to that in a moment. I don't care if you don't believe in ghosts. We saw firsthand, so I don't care.
Ghost hunting buddies.
Gamsey kind of had ghost hunting buddies. Oh my god! But then it was so fucking cold that night. So after that, I went to bed, and then he has his own story. Because he went to Pop's lodge.
And we encountered 11 children, and they were like playing around. Like, if you're unfamiliar with Pop's Lodge, it's like this giant freaking building, and in one specific corner they have an air hockey and a foosball table. There were a lot of freaky shit going on over there. We heard whispering, we heard scratching, we even played the knocking game, which is like you knock 3 times, and when you do, if the person's there, they knock back, and then so on and so forth. And there was like a really, really big EMF spike in like one specific spot, and we went back underneath the cabin after we were done with our investigation. There was nothing there. So anybody who's speculative or
how do you words?
I don't know. Anybody out there who doesn't believe in ghosts.
Skeptical.
That's it. Skeptical. Matt is going to post it hopefully on the website. If not, I'm gonna find him on the website.
If we find the link, we will post it in the description below, so just keep that in mind.
Yeah.
And I did remember one big thing from Friday night, which is terrific proof of how a good con is one that bonds together in need, because what actually ended up happening was one of the cosplayers, Victoria, was missing for an hour. Were you with us in Roscan? Okay, well, I don't know where you were, but I was in Roscan with the Homestucks, and a cosplayer came in, then a staffer came in asking if we had seen Victoria. She had been cosplaying Prussia, and she was missing for an hour at that point, and a few people with us said that they had seen her at the dining hall at dinner, but then they had not seen her since. And that seemed to be the general consensus, and so the staffers told us that she was missing, and that if anyone knew, like, tell staff. And so all of us just kind of chilling out in Roskin, we buddied up because it was about 8 o'clock at night. We buddied up and we booked it out the door, and we all just screamed Victoria's name. My partner Rachel, she was the fabulous Terezi last year. I adore Rachel. She was my partner. She was very cold. I was Toby by then. I was like, I had my arm around her of keeping her warm. We went door to door, into every single yurt, into the bathhouse, into the counselors' cabins, just screaming Victoria's name. Thankfully, she was found as Rachel and I were coming back down the hill. A car pulled up, one of the staffers asked if we had seen her, and then, like a miracle,
honk.
2 staffers and Victoria walked up and said she had been found. She was hanging out with Hitalians in their cabin and hadn't let anybody know. So Victoria was found, and then we eventually gathered everybody back into Roskin, and we just carried on with our activity. So that is just a terrific sign of how, you know, a good convention is a community that bonds together in times of need, and it was just a great show. And I'm so proud of everybody that was involved, because we, as soon as we heard, we buddied up and just booked it out into the night. And Rachel and I didn't have flashlights, so that was kind of creepy, but
That must have been fun.
yeah, that was great.
By the way, just so you all know, I had secret cosplay too.
Oh yes, you should let them know.
I'll let them know when we get to the Sunday video because it happened today.
Yes, today is Sunday. Alright, well, do we have anything else to add about Friday?
I actually caught up with a lot of friends from ConnectiCon, and I just really needed them. And I kind of need them right now, but...
Oh dear, do we need Carcat to shush pack you? I'm going to go make a soper pie after we finish with these videos, so just...
Well, it's sad, man.
Yes. But for now, we will record the Saturday video, and that will be up shortly. Until then,